Hey folks, Todd Martin here, your local Louisville real estate broker coming to you from the corporate headquarters of AMP Realty here in beautiful Louisville, Kentucky. Well, let's just say it's not so beautiful in February. Lots and lots of rain, but spirits are up, houses are moving, things are going along. And today I want to kind of talk to you about the personal side of real estate. I know a lot of times we talk about what to do, how to prepare your home, what to look for, but really when it all boils down to it, in the 15 plus years that I've been doing real estate, I come to realize one thing, and that is real estate is more about life than it is about a transaction, unless of course you're just an investor and you're looking for flip properties. But if this is your ultimate goal is to find, your first house or your dream house, I realize that there is a lot that comes up and a lot that you deal with, emotionally. Now, I've got JC again helping me all the way from Omaha, Nebraska, where it's a little bit chilly, I'm sure, today.
Yeah, I would definitely trade you for the rain right now instead of the snow and the frost.
I bet you would. Is your head nice and warm?
It is. So we hit -5 last week. I believe it was last Friday or Thursday, but
now you guys aren't on Celsius, right? So that's -5 Fahrenheit.
Yes, unfortunately.
Okay, gotcha. Well, man, stay warm and don't get too burdened down there. So JC, I know we chatted a little bit about kind of emotions and life changes with regards to home ownership. So what kind of questions do you think that folks might have with regards to, the relationship aspect of buying a house?
Well, obviously there's always two opinions when it comes to the home buying process. So I guess in your experience, how have you seen relationships affect the home buying process from the get-go?
Well, again, that being the number one thing is, relationships and affecting. So, and like JC said, there's always two sides and two opinions. And so some of the surveys that we looked at and reviewed from a couple of different companies is that basically 49% of buyers admitted that the house hunting process strained their and their partner's relationship. And that I guess is to be expected. And which, again, nearly 1 out of 4 homeowners say that current homes don't have all the features that their partners considered important. Now, I can tell you a personal story. So we've been in our house just a little over 16 years. And, when we were searching for a house, there were 3 things that I basically wanted. I wanted brick, I wanted a driveway, and I wanted a garage. And I didn't get brick, I didn't get a driveway, and I've got a garage that I can't park in. But I got to tell you, I love the location, so I wouldn't trade that, for the world. And I think really kind of what we look at is compromise, and it's kind of interesting to think, but as far as across a brand, across the what's the word I'm looking for? Across the bar, across the norm, the top 5 features that couples disagreed on was wood burning fireplace, in-ground pool, hardwood flooring, outdoor barbecue area, and a finished garage. Those are the 5, and I know one of them was mine, the garage. But again, it has to go a little bit hand in hand when you have a relationship. You're going to have some compromise.
Yeah.
So, really kind of compromising with your partner.
So I guess in which ways have you seen couples compromise during the home buying process? What are some things that maybe they put out there and agreed upon or disagreed upon?
Well, sure. And JC, I don't know if you know this or not, but I would say a good majority of us licensed realtors, we also double as therapists, family therapists. As we go through the buying and the selling process with our clients, and we help out any way that we can. So we wear many hats. And kind of what we've seen as far as the compromising goes is that, a lot of times people look past the factors that can be done down the road. So we talked about an in-ground pool. We talked about hardwood flooring. We talked about an outdoor, cooking area. Those are the things that can be, added on down the road. And I think a lot of couples that I've worked with over the years understand that, and we talk about that. And those are things that don't have to be done now, but can be done down the road. Now, just like we talk a lot about, people have these HGTV ideas where they're going to come into the perfect house. There's not a perfect house out there, I would say, for most couples, simply because, again, lacking one thing or lacking the other. But as far as the compromise goes, we find that, as they look at these projects down the road, they kind of understand that they can do that. Now, a couple of things that you can't compromise on. You can't compromise on location. All right. What I mean by that is that there's no way, you can move a house, but that's extremely expensive. And whether or not, for example, you want a basement. Okay. Those are the two things that I see most often that most couples either agree together or disagree together. There's really not too much as far as a compromise goes with regards to that. Or one just caves into the other because they love the other one so much. And again, it's all about relationships. But again, now here's the other thing. So from the top 5 features that the couples disagreed on, the top 5 features that the couples did agree on were energy efficient appliances, looking to save the planet, newly renovated bedrooms, newly renovated bathrooms, security systems seem to make the list, installed security systems for safety. And since they've gone way towards the other end of being extremely affordable now, and finished basements. Again, you can either have a basement or you can't have a basement. Either is or is not. And a finished basement seemed to be one of the ones that was agreed upon by most couples. And again, it's one of those things that if you have a basement but it's not finished, it can be done down the road. So really, as we look at it, compromise seems to be, kind of the word when it comes to couples house buying. Now, I will tell you this, that, again, 49% of people that were surveyed on these particular surveys did say that house hunting did put a strain on their relationship. But again, that's good because you're forced to talk about things. And I think with relationships, you've got to talk anyway, right? Keeping it bottled up inside is not going to do you any good. Now, the most important room for men was the master bedroom, and the most important room for women was the kitchen. And I am not stereotyping anything, ladies and gentlemen. That is just what the survey showed. Those were the 2 most important rooms for each of those demographics. So again, yeah, compromise. Again, looking at what can be done, down the road, doesn't have to be done today.
Definitely. So when it comes to the end, after everything's settled, they do decide on a home. What do you see in their relationship once they get to that closing table, sign the paperwork?
Good question. So here's the thing, right? Once we get to the closing table, usually everybody's happy and they've come to terms with what they've agreed on and what they've negotiated out with each other. The buyers that we see when they come to the table, most of the things that they fight over are size, style, which home to purchase, which must have features. Again, locations and neighborhoods being the big thing. Once they get to the closing table, because you got to remember, most buyers just don't wake up in the morning and go, oh, I'm going to buy a house today, right? There is a process that goes through, and it's usually a long process. And we find buyers, coming to the table anywhere between 30, 60, 90 days down the road before they're ready to purchase, or in some cases, even 12 months down the road. So a lot of those things have been worked out. By the time they get to the closing table, usually all parties are extremely happy. We've worked through all the little details and idiosyncrasies. And we have a good closing. People are excited to start their new adventure in their new home. Despite what you might hear, the housing market is still up. People are still coming out buying in droves, and couples are still going through the same thing that they went through previously. So,
sounds about right. Well,
yeah.
Basically that's all I had for you today. So I don't know if you want to close on another note, but.
Well, JC, again, I joke, but when I talk about us being therapists, hey, talk to your realtor, ask them for their opinion about your home purchase. Again, I do this every day for a living, day in, day out. Things change. I've seen a lot of things over the years, and could hopefully help somebody with that wisdom that I have ascertained from time to time. But again, if you have any questions, you are always welcome to reach out to me directly at area code 502-220-4663, or think of it as 220-HOME. And again, if you happen to know somebody that's looking to buy, sell, or invest in real estate, please don't keep us a secret. We're always happy to help, always happy to have a phone call. So stay warm, stay out of the rain, have a great one, and we look forward to seeing you soon. Take care.